Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dongguan City Basketball Center. It's China and New Zealand, Group A, Round 1 of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. New Zealand have the difficult trip to face China here in Dongguan. In the southern part of China, it's still a pleasant 18 degrees across the day.
在这里，比赛神圣不可亵渎，将壁垒打破，让文化相融，尊重对手，承袭历史，孕育传奇，气势恢宏的史诗级对决，两强相争的激烈角逐。当你踏上球场，记住，这是我的主场。
And the Tall Blacks all in white being introduced to the crowd. Even though coming into this game, this New Zealand roster considered to be the underdogs, it's this roster very, very experienced, has talent at every spot, and has really found a nice rhythm in there. The second of their two games, unfortunately, that was following the upset loss at home to Korea on the opening day of World Cup qualifier action. Difficult scenario for New Zealand, returning players from all over the world, Europe in particular. So it's a tough ask, but that's what you sign up to. And now they've got the tough ask of making the trip here to China against this, well, you've got to say, the younger end of the Chinese development pathway. An entirely different roster to the first two games. Shows you the depth of Chinese basketball. Still has the headliners of Yi Lian with his years of experience in the NBA. So this is an exciting time for Chinese basketball. An exciting time in World Cup qualifiers, because if they get the win here and go 3-0, they've pretty much already got their feet in the second round. But for New Zealand, it's not necessarily about the fear of lack of qualification, it's to ensure that the system of competition where you take these results forward into the second round, they need wins against teams who are going to progress. Otherwise, the task for them in the second round is going to be, to say the least, incredibly difficult. Now we'll have the national anthems of both New Zealand and China, and we'll be back after those to talk more about what will be an intriguing matchup.
National Anthem of People's Republic of China. 本力比4队请坐下，双方运动员全部握手机，交换礼物 Players Party Greeting。
Well, the exchange of national team mementos at the halfway line, and both teams just a few minutes away from tipping it off in game day 3. Here's the schedule for Group A. Got this game here with China and New Zealand, South Korea and Hong Kong already playing, and then on the 26th of February, Hong Kong, China, and the return, I think, crucial matchup, South Korea and New Zealand, where New Zealand really do have to respond to the loss to South Korea on game day 1 of the qualifiers in Group A. Intriguing time for New Zealand, tough window as we take a look at the haka. Wow, Chinese give it the respect it deserves. The traditional Maori warrior introduction to any international sport at a team game that New Zealand play in. Obviously started by the New Zealand All Black rugby lineup. But this Tall Blacks, as every New Zealand team do, embrace it. Got some intriguing matchups in this game. Get a look at the rosters in a moment. But the guard spot, the perimeter, where New Zealand have been very, very effective from beyond the three-point line, is going to be a decisive factor for them. They're going to have to shoot the ball very well. Here's the third team on the floor. Mr. Pasquale, Mr. Chen, and Step and Enko are the 3 officials for the game here tonight. The third team on the floor, and their teamwork as important as both China and New Zealand. Here is the roster for New Zealand. Corey Webster has been an integral part of this success of the New Zealand lineup. Coach Paul Hanari is going to have to look at Shea Ili for some real impetus to get this team moving and ticking that scoreboard over. Got to say, they played a little tired and flat when they lost the opening game of this competition. Isaac Fotu and Lowe up front for the New Zealand Tall Blacks, and the Websters and Taiolangi will complete the starting lineup. And I think the start of this game for New Zealand is going to be crucial. They're going to have to set the tone with their defense, because if this becomes a little disjointed, this Chinese roster, if they can get to run up and down and be athletic, a relatively inexperienced flavor to part of this group, and they are 2-0, so they can afford, to an extent, to have a look at their options as they prepare to host the World Cup in 2019. What an experience that's going to be for this basketball-mad country. Wu Quan and the guard spot is really going to have to enable Wu Alun to really be free. He's got to give him some freedom to play. He's got to get him out in the break, out in the broken floor, and give him the opportunity to really tick the scoreboard over. Double digits he's been averaging in the CBA League. 5 assists, nearly 6 assists a game as well. This guy knows how to play the game. Intriguing dilemma. How much of a basketball game do you make this if you're New Zealand? Do you want to slow it down, yet you want to keep the floor spread? You want to have space to attack and generate advantage on the perimeter. But fortunately, I just have to describe it. Coach Hanari's got to come up with the answer of what is a crucial matchup for New Zealand. If they're going to, as I say, qualification shouldn't be an issue for them. That's not the problem. The top 3 teams will progress to the second round, but carrying results forward really could be an issue if they go through with no wins against the other 2 qualifiers. Don't forget, if you've got a chance and you've got a comment, let's make it. Let's get onto all the social media platforms. Use the hashtag #ThisIsMyHouse and let us know exactly what you think of the action that's going on in front of you. Ruben Tirangi. Tirangi's, I think, one of those live wire players that New Zealand are really going to have to depend upon. Rob Lowe has got to be solid. Got to take care of the boards, this New Zealand team, if they want to extend the floor. Former player Du Feng has the coaching range for the Chinese national team. So wherever you're joining us from, welcome to Southern China. You're inside the Dongguan City Basketball Center. It's a pleasant evening outside. It's getting hot inside. New Zealand in the white, China in the red. And Yi will get the first possession with the tip for China. Interesting start here by New Zealand, showing it's a 1-3-1 zone. The three is gone and is off. Defensive rebound is going to be the decisive factor if that zone works, because notoriously you've got to find players in that 1-3-1 shape to box out. 2 gets a touch in the block, a little physicality going on. First time down. New Zealand go right to the gut, go with a jump hook. Great finish. Well, I think the referees have put a marker down right on the first possession. A little physicality in the post, letting him play. Good to see. And New Zealand get it where they want to get it. Man-to-man after the score for the Tall Blacks. Tough pull-up 2 is no good. In fact, hit nothing except the backboard. Hesitation, ball's deflected out of bounds, but will belong to New Zealand. Little indecision by the officials. Simple out of bounds, pick for the open jump shot is no good. Corey Webster will be disappointed. Got a nice, clean look at the mid-range 2. Early high screen, pick and pop action. Got a whistle as Lowe gets caught with a little foot speed problem. And Yi put it on the floor aggressively. Well, Yi Yan really a hero of Chinese basketball. His years in the NBA, starting at the Bucks and finishing at the Wizards. His last proper season, averaged double-digit points across the season. And the guy can score. Since he's been back in China, every season averaging between 22 and 26 points a game. He's okay, he has a license to and a green light to shoot the ball, but he definitely now knows how to put the numbers up. Opens his account with the second of the free throws. Webster, a lot of dribble. Gonna change the angle. Low looks to Futu inside. Little trying to get some joy out of this matchup. Barrels to the middle, goes up, and they're going to call the foul as he really did attack it. And until China decide how they're going to defend this, you'd expect New Zealand to milk that option. Tough fall away, that does everything but drop. It's a battle, Low goes up, great effort. Rob Lowe on the glass, goes to work, and New Zealand have the 4-1 advantage. Whistle on the play. Second little touchy foul on the perimeter. Wu with inbound, and Wu has it. Takes the high screen. Lee puts it on the floor again, just wanders to the layup and blows the two. And China, to say the least, have been a little bit sloppy in the opening exchanges here. Two looks high-low, doesn't really want to release it for low. Got a whistle, blocking foul as Ruben Tiranji put it on the floor. End-line possession for the New Zealand Tallbacks. Ranji will reverse it out. Corey Webster will wait for the ball screen, turns it down, looks to attack the gap, steps back, takes the tough two, and just drops it. Very confident start by New Zealand. Then they're going to gap Yi. He decides to take the three. If you're going to gap someone expecting the miss, you've got to take care of business on the glass. The turnaround two is good. Both teams having to make tough finishes. Webster goes inside for two on inside, outside, low. Feet set for three is short. Two can't get the glass, and China have a chance to run. Oh, what a move. Wu for two. A deep intake of breath in the crowd as he just shook a move. Crazy foul on the perimeter. And Zhu Yangji will foul, and Wu Thian will check out. Well, if you need any introduction to Wu Eilun, you just got one. What a move. Has it again in transition. Webster's going to have to get down and take away areas he wants to go to. In the lane, penetrates, kicks. They're lining up the three. Way off, though. Yi gets a deflection. Oh, Yi still to score from the perimeter, 0 for 3. Definite strategy by New Zealand to offer him that three-point shot. They're going to pick their poison right there. Ranji goes inside with a spin for two and finishes really well on the far side of the ring. Nice feel. First few minutes of this game. New Zealand, as you'd want to do on the road, getting a real strong foothold in the game. They gap. Yi again. Oh, a tough three with Ranji all over Li Jian. Turnover again is a foul as Yi gets a piece in the passing lane. Fotu had to scramble, fouled as he tried to recover the basketball. No one stepped into the gap. There's the foul. New ball game with 5:05 to go in the first. Drew. Crowd love it. Penetration to the three is no good. They get the offensive rebound though. Ball scrambled around, it's loose. And Wu has it again. Just attacks you in the lane, kicks for the three, he is off. Defensive rebound this time, and Webster has a chance to push. And for all the ball handling brilliance, it's not coming up empty in terms of points. Got a foul on the play as Webster attacked it in transition. And Guolan can break this New Zealand defense down one-on-one. That's not in doubt. But then the product, what's he going to do? He's kicked to some wide open looks, and his teammates have then just got to complete the play. And again, New Zealand seem to have decided that they'll try and protect the middle and offer the three until this Chinese team starts to make enough to get them out of that philosophy. Corey Webster makes the first and goes 2 for 2 from the line. He's going to sit. And Shaley, interesting to see his impact. Two potential star guys on the floor right now. Interesting matchup. They're going to keep offering Yi the three-point line. He's lining it up, tote the line for two. Now that's a two. That's poor officiating. He definitely toed the line. Penetration and turnover, chance to run, watch out. Crowder just, turnover, great work by Webster in transition. Numbers for New Zealand, just have to finish. They blow the layup and they come up completely empty. Turnover followed by missed two. Upstairs for the throwdown. And Yi coming alive in quarter one. Hits the dubious three and then gets out on the break and throws it down on the alley-oop. Wide open two to answer. It is long for Pledger. Barreling inside. A lot of contact, great work on the offensive board, and the putback is good for Han. Han Dae-jun just stayed with the play. Nice period of play here for China. They're going after it now, really trying to turn that screw. No better way to represent the hashtag. This is their house. And at the moment, they're trying to take that home court advantage. No time on the clock. They put it up. Pledger's going to have to put it up. That's a 24 violation. Something went seriously wrong with the graphic there in terms of the shot clock. I think now the officials will have to look at that three-point shot that wasn't a three-point shot. Mass changes off the New Zealand bench. Well, they're not going to check that three right now. Oh, to the lane again. He dumped it off, inside, outside. He's short again, needed a three. Ball saved and a chance to run here for New Zealand. Pledger's going to hand off. Action in too much traffic. And Han, as you can see, takes up some space. Number 55, he's 216 and he's not far off 216 wide. He's a big, big body. Now he rolls hard to the ring. Pull up in the lane for two is no good. And Wu, again, all the brilliance, got to be productive. It's about efficiency. Delaney will move it on. Webster finds a little space, stops and pops. Just drains the two.
Number 9, Corey Webster.
Corey Webster with the two. Creates a little space, gets a little action, and knocks down the two. Just over a minute to go. They're going to leave the big for the three. Doesn't matter if you're Han Dae-jun or Yi Jian Lian, you're going to have a lot of chances to take the perimeter shot today. Holding foul, and that'll be 3 throws for New Zealand. There's the hold, and another one. Good execution to generate the foul. Corey Webster goes to the free throw line. Hasn't taken a free throw in the World Cup so far. Finds himself on the line now, averaging 14 points a game. Obviously, one of those 2 games was the blowout win over Hong Kong. So no need to overplay him then. Yu Daehu checks in, number 8 for China, the 22-year-old with the protective face gear. Two for 2 from the line. Isaac Fotu checking in. Little zone trap coming out of the made free throws that China beat through the air. Han. All action when they get the ball into opportunities to attack it. This team go hard to the hoop. They're going to offer Han anything he wants. The 3 is gone for the perimeter, is off. And the New Zealand team does not respect the Chinese 3-point threat. They're going to offer that all game. Fotu needs a pass. Finds Webster. Looks to turn the corner. Gets in a little space again. Great pass. Oh, and they've got to finish the plays. Webster just gave the 2 to Pledger on a play, and he just couldn't finish the play. Great work by Corey Webster. Yu gets it into the half court. Got to whistle the play away from the game as Len Jian looked at his options. Han's going to be, looks like with that look on the face, he picks up the offensive foul. Tied again, 14 apiece. Should be the last shot of this first period for New Zealand. Going to try and run as much off the clock as they can. Fotu will set the ball screen. Here he comes. Pledger with a second screen. Webster finds Fotu, puts it on the floor. Goes up in the lane for 2, doesn't get the drop. Han with a rebound, and that'll do it for quarter 1. And 14 sums up how close this is. China and New Zealand locked at 14 apiece at the end of the first quarter. FIBA World Cup qualifier action. Group A in the Asian Qualifiers. It's a tight one. Going to get a look at the stats from that first quarter in a moment. Here they come. In fact, they're still giving China that 3. I'm 100% not convinced. 4 from 9 from the 2-point line, 5 from 9 from New Zealand. New Zealand with the 4 trips to the free throw line. They've been aggressive. Webster's had a really nice start to the game. Maybe we'll get a look at the highlight of the Yi 3 that wasn't a 3. Let's see if full 2 going to work. So start of the second quarter, tallback basketball. And we are back at 14 apiece. Looks like they have taken the Chinese three. It was a two and called it a two. Webster, nice pass. Fotu. You can play with it once it hits the ring and goes up. It'll be quicker and cleaner on the finish, but they're really getting a lot of joy out of getting Fotu touches of the basketball. Chu drops it. Mid-range, look good coming on the dribble. Low will give Webster the chance to come off the handoff. He's doing a nice job in execution. That's the second foul drawn on the Chinese defense as they hand off. Good execution coming tight. Third foul for Wu. Lee will get it off. Three from the corner is good. Webster and Webster getting it done for New Zealand here. Wu faces up outside, looks at his options, wants the post up, gets it inside. Lee has it. Lee Jiang going to work here, takes a lot of dribbles, has it knocked away. Extra pass, the three's gone. Drained from deep. It's a different scenario when you've got the 3 and the 4 man stepping on the 3-point line. Webster. Lee with the long 2 is no good. Fotu can't get the rebound because Yi Jian Lian comes up with a decisive block. Down the middle with a finger roll. He'll go to the line. Zilian, as the announcer shouts, and he gets the response from the crowd. Beautiful facility. One of the things when the Chinese will host the World Cup, facilities are going to be absolutely out of the top drawer. 32 teams will come to China for the first World Cup with the current format. Competition windows giving every country the chance to see their national team play in competitive games. And look how they've shown up here in China. Packed arena. Currently, Yi Lian giving them everything they want to see. Textbook from the free throw line, everything in a straight line, goes to 7 personal. New Zealand will take the timeout. Doesn't look like we're going to get into those timeouts. Webster gets it to the corner to Webster, stops, attacks the closeout, pulls up, is no good. Pledges on the glass. Webster for three, off the offensive board is no good. Fotu going to work, goes with a jump hook, gets the drop. Coming out of the timeout, they ran what they needed to run, and then they just outworked the Chinese on the glass. Pong, Zhu Pong has a look at his options. Well, here's Xi again. Now he's got his eye in. Yilian. There was going to come a time we was going to start making those. First at the 4 attempts from the three-point line. 24-19, 2-3 zone. China having a look at this. Webster attacks the seam, gets in the lane. Nice pass. Pledges fouled as he goes back up. Much better attempt, went strong, drew contact. Pledger goes 2 for 2. Webster will sit. Nice find in the seam. Pong. Xu Pong gets it off. Three is short. Offensive work on the glass. Another open three. It's off. Another offensive rebound. Pyong goes and decides to kick it. Guolan has it. Just a quick first step. Little hesitation. Line up the three. Got it. Yilian has found the range. Lining it up, knocking it down. And China have a 6-point advantage. There will come a time every good player will sooner or later find it. You don't have that many years in the NBA. You don't have that many points scored to not be able to knock that shot down. A little penetration off the glass is good for Jarud Kenny. Little floater in the lane is no good and short. Great work to get your own. And Guo brings it out. Behind the back, a little bit of football by Fotu. Trapped it with the left leg. Like he was going to volley into the top corner, but just restrained himself. Substitutions again coming off both benches. Smith-Milner checks in for New Zealand. And Liu checks in for China. Guolan stops, nowhere to go. Step back long two this time. Same result. Yilian repeated by the crowd. Has all of a sudden found that touch. Goes to 15 personal. And he's beginning to become a real factor. Kenny goes down low. Milner Smith turns over. He's got to shoot that short corner shot. Penetration. Nice pass to the inside. Lee goes up, draws contact. Could argue almost a little bit of a reputation foul as Pledger. There's the push. And after the slight contact, Yi Li Han will go to the free throw line. Pledger getting extended minutes in that undersized 5 role. This will make it an 8-point lead for the home team. Little zone trap again. 2-1-2 almost is the shape of it. New Zealand beat it with ease, but high post. Nice little scoop to the inside, and Mills Smith will go to the free throw line as he tried to power up through the contact.
Team trainer number 7, holding foul.
I tend to agree with Coach Hanari that in the current interpretation, that is an unsportsmanlike foul. There is no play on the basketball at all. I really do like the rule as well. It stops. That situation there where there was no realistic play on the ball at all prevents Smith-Milner from getting the 2. He has to go to the free throw line. The game stops. We all watch free throws. And New Zealand don't really get a lot of benefit. Li Jian checks back in. All 196 of him. Receives it against the pressure. Goes long with a pass. Stop. Pop with a 2 is no good. Defensive rebound is hauled in by Jared Kenny. No one stops him. Behind the back, a little bit to Pledger. They move it on. Webster has it deep for 3. Is short. Smith-Milner comes down with the offensive rebound. New full team for New Zealand. Trying to spread the floor. Going to go high pick and roll. Webster stops. Goes to Pledger on the inside. He's fouled. And Hong Di picks up the personal. There you go. Great work by Pledger to make that direct cut to the ring. If it had gone anywhere apart from direct, it'd have given Hahn the chance to get back into play. Pledger continues with his 100% from the free throw line, 3 from 3. And New Zealand just have to keep ticking this over. 4 points down, right in this, with just under 4 to go in the first half. A little 1-3-1 trap again. It's a big zone, that 1-3-1. And they match up pretty well in it. China have got to find an answer. Zhu finds the gap in the corner, extra pass. He takes the 3, got it. It's like an encore, should we say. A little repetition from the announcer and the crowd. They've got it down to an off pat at the moment. Webster tries to answer with a 2. Pledger, who's really coming up with some numbers for this tallback lineup. Webster again will take the ball screen, gets into a little space, stops and pops and knocks it down. Webster in that range is pretty consistent. 10 points personal for Webster. Wu trying to break it down on the dribble. Both teams really doing a decent job defensively. Yi goes up with the left hand, tough finish. When he's that deep, he's just absolute quality. 22 first half points. Webster tries to answer and just drops the 3. Little shootout time here. The big man and the small man trying to exchange it. Young Juen the location. Corey Webster and Yi Julian going out in offensive foul. Webster has 12. In fact, he has 13. And Yi Dian has a big 22. And Smith Milner was there yesterday. Great stand. Trying to go to the bench as Yu Dehao checks it. Webster again, feeding it, puts it on the floor. Smith Milner will hand it back. Webster in rhythm. Nice pass down low. Great work on the glass. Shelley Lee from the perimeter just attacked the offensive glass. New Zealand close it to 2. And New Zealand getting contributions from across the roster. This is where the Chinese points are. Stop and pop for 2 is short. Offensive rebound. They line up the 3. That rims in and out. Who's coming down without? And Pledger again gets a positive stat. New Zealand a chance to tie or even lead. Jay Lee in transition. Pledger goes up. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. And Alex Pledger, 2-15, just getting it done. Running the floor. Tough. Bang as he goes to the hoop. And exactly what you need from every big man, your ability to knock down free throws. And Pledger's 4 from 4 at the moment. Chance to tie this at 36 with 1:19 to go in the half. And as always, you talk a guy up from the free throw line and he will duly miss. So he goes 0 for 2. Yu Dehao. They're trying to go inside, high-low pass, and Hang had a wide open look, but he gives it up. And why wouldn't you? 58.6 to go. New Zealand will take the timeout after Yi Lian picks up another 2. Moves on to 24 personal. And while you may want to gap him on the perimeter, letting him catch it 6 to 8 feet from the hoop is just not an option. You've at least got to be in his space. Two-three zone for New Zealand to try and contend with. 5 on the possession. Webster attacks it, tries to step back for 2. Doesn't get the drop. Defensive rebound is hauled in. New Zealand will get another shot. And they have fouls to give. Trail 4 with under 30 to go in the half. Pledger tries to stay on the floor, doesn't get the drop. Great job defensively, plenty of time for New Zealand here. Corey Webster wants, and when he wants, he normally gets. 5 on the half. Webster stops and pops the 3, drops it, closes it to a 1-point game. We've reached the half. We knew this would be tight. We knew there would be a lot riding on it, and there's confirmation. China have a 38-37 halftime lead over New Zealand.
Number 1 dance team, fashion dance.
This is a journey into music and sound.
Players leave the floor. We're going to get a look at the statistics of that first half. And New Zealand doing a nice job from the three-point line, doing a really nice job from the line. It's tight, as you'd expect. The 10 assists for China is a great stat. 4 steals for the Chinese on defense. But it's as it is. Both teams locked in a titanic struggle in that first half. 1 point lead for China. We're going to leave you for the halftime break with some highlights of what was an intriguing game. 8 points at 1 point, China led by. New Zealand bring it right back to a 1 point game. This is set up nicely for the second half. We'll see you in around 10 minutes or so to see if New Zealand can really make a huge step towards the World Cup back here in China, or China can continue with a perfect start and go 3-0. We'll see you soon.
Grabbing number 5, Jack. For 3, let go 7. For 2. A 区的 A 通道来领取我们的红包，谢谢你们的参与。那么同时呢，我们今天的福利可不仅仅只有8位朋友能够获得。大家看到没有？我手里的这个是什么？是我们农夫山泉特别厉害的金口水购物典藏的精装的水，我们来打开给大家看一下，好不好？大家看到非常精美的来自于我们的农夫山泉的水。大家都知道运动之后需要补充矿物质和水分，那么当然了，我们的农夫山泉就是为了让大家能够在第一时间恢复 是 G20 杭州峰会指定用水，2017“一带一路”国际合作高峰论坛官方指定用水，金砖国家领导人厦门会晤指定用水。好，那么究竟怎么样才能获得它呢？现在我们全场的朋友们看我了，我们分成2个阵营，2队，好不好？在我们面向这个我们的主机位和主席台这一侧的球迷这一侧的球迷，我右手的这一侧球迷，我们是一队。然后呢，面向主席台的这一侧，我们所有的球迷是一队。然后我们来比一比哪一边的欢呼声分贝更高，有可能会把场领先开的那种分贝。我们来试一试第一次比拼，我们第1轮试一下。来，先请我们这边的朋友，3、2、1。好，听到 DJ 的这个音乐，大家也感受到了，对不对？好，我们来看看这边的朋友怎么样。3、2、1。好像在国众之间我们再给你们一次机会，好不好？所有的朋友们，再来一次，好不好？听我的倒计时，3、2、1。还不错哦。来，这边的朋友有没有信心打败他们？3、2、1。有一点高下分别了。那么接下来呢，我们来进一步的比拼一下最终终极的悬念，哪边的朋友会获得我们的礼物？就看这一下了，就看这一吼了我们给中国队加油！来，中国队！中国队！我认为呢，经过3轮的比拼还是这边的朋友欢呼声更大，对不对？好，那请我们所有这一侧的观众呢，来领到礼物。究竟怎么领呢？其实非常的简单，只要您身上有这个跟狗有关的小物件，比如说这个纯金的项链，上面有一个小狗狗的，或者是您的钥匙扣上有一个小狗狗也可以，甚至您如果是属狗的朋友，拿您的身份证就可以去领了。但是比赛结束之后要先到先得，我们的数量有限，所以这边的朋友一定要记得有小狗的物件才可以。谢谢大家参与，谢谢。好，全场朋友们，我们的农夫山泉非常的给力，给大家准备了10份我们的金狗血，所以数量有限，先到先得。比赛结束之后再去领，谢谢大家。
现场的球迷朋友们，那么今天呢可是我们的大年初8，那么通过大屏幕呢一起秀出你的肌肉来。那么中国主场的球迷，你们的力量来在哪里？秀一下肌肉。来，拿出我们加油的气势，来秀出肌肉。还有那个女球迷还不错这2位球迷来秀一下肌肉。在打 call 是吗？来，我们也为你打 call， 秀一下肌肉。打 call 秀肌肉2步。Hello， Pretty girl，muscle，muscle，muscle man。来，我们的现场的女生也可以秀出你们的过年积攒下来的肥肉来秀一下。也希望借助你们肌肉秀的这一刻，在上半时尽情的继续为我们的中国男篮加油！ 比是一直是秀得非常非常棒。来，我们可以换一个姿势啊。有没有现场的男球迷敢秀一下胸肌的？有没有？好，也祝大家新年快乐，一切顺利。好，下半时呢，继续拿出我们声音，为中国队也为新西兰队打气助威。好，再次感谢我们的急救手时刻。
这里呢，还是要提醒到所有全场的球迷朋友们，刚刚呢，我们给大家送了2个福利，第一个呢是8份姚主席亲笔签名的红包，那在哪里可以领到呢？再一次的重申和强调一下，就在球场的 A 通道 A 区的问询处、咨询处就可以领到了，一定要比赛结束之后才可以去哦。
Well, welcome back. What a great view of the Dongguan City Basketball Center. What an arena. A little cooler outside as the evening draws in. And we're at half-time of this Group A. China-New Zealand clash in the Asian Qualifiers for the FIBA World Cup, which will be here in China in commencing, tipping off at the end of August in 2019. Literally, this game will mark the halfway stage of the qualifiers in the first round. And while it may look like Hong Kong are going to be the team that miss out in this group, the system means every game counts. So a win on the road for this New Zealand lineup would be a huge step forward in terms of their potential qualification for China in 2019. Well, New Zealand again have came into this game over 50% from the three-point line. As I said during commentary, that a little bit slanted by their big win over Hong Kong, but just under 43%, and the Webster backcourt combination has been huge in contributing to that. Both teams shooting the free throw pretty reasonably well, over 83%. It's pretty locked across the whole stats lines, as you'd expect in a one-point game. But the man, obviously, of the first half, Yi Lian, with his huge haul of 24 points. Corey Webster's gone head-to-head. And what a quick start. As China tick it over to a 41-37 lead. Sorry you missed that. Ho2 gets it down low. They go right to the gut of the defense again. Goes with that such an effective jump hook, and they go right to the gut of that Chinese defense right off the bat. Chupong gets it inside to Li Dian, and he's off with the 2. Defensive rebound quite fortuitously is secured by Ty Webster. Fo2 has it taken away. They're going after him in double team. 5-on-2 break. Trying to commit to the floor. And when something simple is all that's required, you do not need to go behind the back. The 24-year-old Gu Ailun, I think we'll get told that. They go long out of bounds. Gu outside. Yi puts it on the floor, going strong with the right hand. Gets the and one. There's the foul. Fo2 just could not leave his hand out. .56% from the floor, and at the start of the game, he was struggling. Offensive rebound off the free throw. The 3 is gone. It's off. Offensive, great work on the glass by Hu. Can't get it to drop. Fo2 comes down with a defensive rebound. And it's all a little bit too frantic, so Ranjik says, nope, let's slow it up, get it into the half court. Corey Webster goes down low. Webster is off with a 2. Fo2 can't secure it, but the ball does come off China, and New Zealand will get a new full team. Low, inside, outside. Fo2 draws contact as he attacks the closeout. Webster attacks it, needs a pass though. Comes back, gets a little turnaround 2, is long. And China, chance to run. Again, numbers to the break. Great transition. Li Zheng gets the 2, but they just commit to running the break. Going the other way. Ty Webster with a reverse layup. Straight at China. Keep it to a 4-point game, and New Zealand just will not go away. Baseline penetration, spins, ball's knocked away. Webster has a chance to run. China good in transition though. Webster still has it. Kicks it. Ty Webster for 3. Got it! We got a 1-point game here in China, and New Zealand just will not lie down and die at all. They get it back to 1. Webster with the 2 on the break, and then this 3 to close it to 1. And New Zealand are the team with momentum here in the 3rd. Timeout, China.
罗一东，我不管你管谁，你刚看周鹏撵他一球了没？你怎么样？你把他给我撵住，不要接球，全场啊！过来，打一个那个。
Great response to the start by China in this second half. New Zealand come out, and even though the Chinese get a great look in transition, New Zealand straight back at it.
传开后。
1-2-2 trap. Almost hung out there for Webster on the steal. New Zealand coming out of the timeout with something else. Trying to respond, trying to deal with it. Now they're in the half court. The baseline stops, steps back for the tough one and drops it. Xi Han, says the announcer. So does the crowd, and the scoreboard ticks over again as he goes to 28 personal. 47-44. See Li Han carrying this Chinese offense. Fu Tu on the inside, just about hangs on, gets it off. Pleasure for three, got it! Rob Lowe with his feet set, just strokes it. Ties it at 47, and with 6 to go in the third, we have a new game. Great work, great hustle. Lowe comes up with a steal. Webster has it. Ty Webster for three is short. And China dodge a bullet, 2-on-1. They don't get the finish. Lee just runs the floor harder than anybody else and outworks the whole of New Zealand. Gets it in the post, goes at Lowe. Inside, outside. Game really warming up. Yi has it again. Fires the long two, is short. Defensive rebound falls into the hands of Ruben Talanja. He pushes all the way to the hole. Gets it to Lowe, who blows a short little two. Just gotta be composed. Tied at 47, halfway through the third. Zhu with a turnover, it's a tie-up, and the ball will belong, I believe, to China.
一起为祖国的加油声，中国队！中国队！中国队！这里提醒，接下来为再次换人。
Corey Webster has a look at the screen. Baseline penetration. Chu goes back to the right hand for two. Sweet little move, and it's a two-point game. Webster attacks it both ways. Body's on the line here. Webster has it. Calms down the thing. The look up. That's got to be a... They can't call that a double foul. Webster gets hooked up by the defense. And this is when the referee should call it. You cannot put your hand on players on their hip and ride them in the game at the moment. There's the hand. You see there's pressure on the hand. Guard putting pressure on Webster, hooks the arm, Webster reacts. Referee's got to call it. And then we get a double foul, and who knows how important that will be if Webster's foul count grows. Yu picks up his second foul. Ty Webster comes off the down screen and opens the floor. Goes inside, easy two. And Pledger off the bench again, automatic contribution. We've got another tie at 49. Turnover, and New Zealand get it back. And China creaking a little bit under the pressure here. Zhu will sit. Webster is fouled. And China going after Webster a little bit here. Webster just has to retain. He's really done an excellent job so far for the Tall Blacks. That's another foul, not very different from the original contact last time. This time it's Liu again, who tries to get inside of Webster's head. Liu picks up his third foul. intriguing matchup. Ty Webster for the two, drops it. New Zealand have the lead. 51-49. Yu will get inside. Han going to work, just barrels his way to the inside, blows the little jump hook, gets the rebound and goes back up. And Han Deon just makes sure he stays with the play. He finishes it tied at 51. Webster needs a pass, finds a pass. Wide open is Delaney, gives up the ball to Webster again, who handles in the lane. Webster going to work here, draws more contact. That'll be the 4th team foul on China. And the officials doing a decent job at protecting Webster now. There's the contact as Han gets his hand over the top of Webster's shoulder. China in the penalty. But they called it on Wu. A little unfortunate for him. High screen. Chile drops the two. Impact again off that tall black bench. Still turnover, great hands. Delaney this time. Ty Webster needs a pass and needs one right now. Finds one. Little hesitation, going nowhere though. He's got to back out, takes the tough two, way short. Two and a half to go in the third. New Zealand on the road here in China had the 2-point lead, trying to recover that loss at home to South Korea. Han in the post, inside, outside, line up the three is long. Offensive rebound is loose. Han bangs to the inside and gets the two. Well, we missed that. Webster was missed the layup. Ty Webster out of shot. And he's got to be a little careful on this one. There's the missed layup that we missed. Watch that. Great block. Great expression on the floor, wiped his face under the basket on that block. Summed it up. It was almost as if he was the "this is my house" as he got involved there. 53 apiece. What a game. 2:02 to go in the third. The long two is off from Daehu. Daly has his pocket picked. Little frantic. Both teams being a little sloppy. Little whistle, that one. Poor foul, great finish. Chupong, there's the contact, there's the poor foul, there's the great finish. Great composure. Corey Webster checking back in. Yu finds his way back on the floor. Chu for the three-point play to give himself 15 points personal. Which they're going to count two. I'm not sure about that one. I think the call was correct. China eking out a three-point lead. Shalili is fouled and will go to the free throw line as he's sliced through that seam in the 2-3 zone.
好，这个队7号跟着第5次号的金牌男 number 3 好，掌声欢送。好，这个队这个把这个比赛出圈。
Trey Lee can't get the second to drop. Webster slices through, little floater, beautiful. Finds a little space, exploits it, gets the soft touch and gets the 2. Just about recovered. 5 on the possession. Down the middle. Poor pass. They throw up the prayer. It's not answered. That'll be a 24 violation. Get a little feisty here. Dungguan. New Zealand trail it by 3. Little zone trap again up the floor by China. Beaten through the air again by New Zealand, no problem. Corey Webster has it, 2-3 zone from China. They line it up, open up the floor for 3, is short. New Zealand hunt it down and they'll get the last shot of the quarter. Webster, don't see anyone else will touch it, now they do. Oh, he's blocked, took it straight into traffic, and that'll do it for quarter 3. And at the end of 3, China have opened out the narrow 58-55 advantage over New Zealand. Here's the confirmation. Well, that caption says 57-55. My stats say 58-55. What we know is that China have the lead going into 4. This is set up beautifully. Well, 10 minutes to go, and this is just set up. New Zealand on the road. If you'd have given them the chance to be 3 points down, 2 points down at the end of 3, with the game the way it's going, they'd have probably taken it, because they're right in this on the road with 10 to go. And with Corey Webster with 18. What Corey Webster needs is contributions from his teammates. No one else in double digits yet for New Zealand. They do have contributions across the roster, though. For China, it's pretty clear. Yi has 28 points. Chow has 17. Take those two out the equation, and New Zealand could get the win here. 9:50 to go, just start of the fourth. Penetration down the middle for two is blocked, but they count it. And the score is 50. Well, in the gym it's 57. On the stat sheet it's 58. Have to get confirmation in a moment. Corey Webster has a look, still hasn't beaten the trap. Floats it, Ty Webster has it. They have gone inside at the start of every period, New Zealand, gone deep into the gut of that Chinese defense. Webster floats it, plays it with the short jump shot, is no good. And China have a chance to run, and when they run, all five run. Numbers down the floor, great shape on the end of the break. Yi with the ball screen, down the middle for two, they penetrate. That's a great defensive effort. Yi had a wide open spot, sealed it off, but great effort defensively by the Tall Blacks. Webster, little hesitation, looks for a little space, moves it on. Futu will hand off. Ty Webster reverses it. Inside off the glass for two, that's a move. That's how to take traffic and finish. 2-point game. Wu having to work for a change coming down the floor as we get deep into the game. It's Wu outside, guarded by Futu. Moves it on. Yi puts it on the floor, steps back. Long two is buried. Got to make him play a little quicker. 4-point game. Ty Webster against the 2-3 zone. Enters. Big gap. Bridges wide open underneath. They miss him. Fotu, 5 on the clock. Goes in the lane, is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Substitution. New Zealand, 新西兰队请求换人。New Zealand number 42, shooting two. Isan Fotu.
Two makes the first. Two for two from the line for two. New Zealand extend the defense, a little token man pressure. Natai in the game. Yi with a three is short. Fotu can't get it. They get another look at it, China. Got to look after the glass, New Zealand. Yi sets the screen. Wu in the lane. Great lift on the weak side for three. And Li Zhen just knocks it down. Yi just dragged the defense down on the roll, and Li just lifted.
暂停，时间到3个下。好，一起为中国队加一个声音，从未停止。
New Zealand struggling to get over that hump of the margin at the moment. They trail by 5, they've got it to 2, they've got it to 1, they've tied it. They have not led for very long in this game at all. Little zone trap again just to delay the ball. Ty Webster moving on to Corey Webster. Webster on the flare off a Fotu screen. Oh, a little handle, Webster penetrates, Ty Webster in the corner, drains the 3. Webster to Webster. Tick it over. 2-point game. And the defense really went after Corey Webster on that occasion. Zhu gets it into the half court. Yi, double team this time against the zone. Yi Yen gets it back on a reposition, goes to the baseline, another move. Oh, cute little layup, but he blows it. Fotu with a defensive rebound. Chance for New Zealand to tie it or lead on this possession. Ty Webster to the hoop, gets the 2. We're tied at 64, 6:27 to go, and we have a new ball game here. New Zealand knock on the door again. Well, Yi with 30 points. Yi with the 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Well, this is where some of that leg weariness might become a factor for New Zealand. Doesn't look like it's leg weariness at the moment. Ty Webster coming in from Germany. Corey Webster coming in from Israel. Had a few days to get their legs. Maybe we're going to need them now. He puts it on the floor. Left hand goes up. It's fouled this time. Rob Lowe picks up the personal.
Number 14, hitting foul. 24 foul. Personal foul. Team China, number 11, shooting 2.
Lowe's 4th personal with 6:11 to go. First one does not get the drop. One-point lead for China. New Zealand have yet another chance to lead the ball game. Ty Webster will get to Fotu in the middle of the floor. Ty Webster to the corner, open 3 is buried. Ty, give his feet set, just let it go with that left hand and stroked it up the floor here by New Zealand again. They have the 2-point lead. The Ty gets his first points of the game. Huge 3. Turnover, great read by Webster. He's after him. Webster needs a pass now, and they turn it over. You've got to give Yi so much credit. Turned over, yes, but did not quit on the play, and Webster had to change the shot. Gonna sit, not for long. You can bet your life on that one. Coach Anali makes the decision, and China turn it straight back over. That's the 10th turnover for China. They only had 2 at the half. New Zealand have, I think, until that in the second half, make that 3, and you've just seen the worst phase of play in the whole game. Ty Webster, throw it away, get back on defense, let's pick it up again. And China, this is the 3rd time that one team or the other has tried to bring it in from that spot. China now get in now. Wu has it, gives it up. Turnover. And all of a sudden, it looks like you have 2 teams of complete novices out there. 4 turnovers in less than 10 seconds of basketball. Now New Zealand have to execute here. The temptation to bring Webster back will be strong. Ty Webster. Pledger doing a great job down low. The Ty with a long 2 and just knocks it down. Where's he been? Steps off the bench in the second half. Goes 2 from 2 from the floor. 4-point lead for New Zealand. The All Blacks with the momentum. We're under 5 in the game to go. Yi outside, nowhere to hand it off. Nari moves it on. Turnover again. That's got to be an unsportsmanlike foul, which it is. China have just got to regroup here. Turnover, I think that's the 4th turnover in less than a minute for China. They've come along and they're like London buses. Don't see one for ages, then you see 4 in a bunch. 4 Chinese turnovers in a minute have enabled New Zealand to lead at 69-50 with 2 to come and possession. Huge phase of the game for the All Blacks. Shelley Lee makes the first. Can't make the second. Webster handles a little, dumps it down, and the foul. Drew again, just finds space, holds space. On it tin, it says he's a big man that does solid things, makes his free throws, makes it a 6-point game with that one. China pointless for over 3 minutes now. And New Zealand go 1 for 2 again. Meanwhile, Corey Webster gets some time on the bench. Need a pass, find a pass. Hahn has it. We're going to go into Pleasure, 1-on-1. And we're going to hold held basketball, and Ty Webster just came from nowhere to tie it up. New Zealand will have the possession. Chance to make this an 8 or a 9-point game. And we're deep in the 4th. Must be getting hot in here as Coach Inari removes the jacket. Close to a huge road win here. Shelley. Time to turn potential and talent into delivery. Corey Webster back in to close this out. Webster finds a hole for 2. Is short. He gets his own, gets the rebound, and a new full team for New Zealand. Pledger for the jump shot, knocks it down for two, the big man. 2 meters 15 on the free throw line, takes the jump shot. And this gives New Zealand some breathing space in the fourth here in China. Serious question time. Did China have answers? Timeout, China. 'Well, you know where China are going to go. China will have to go to Yi. And if Yi's not the answer, then Chu Peng will be their second selection. But then it's everybody else. Everyone else has got to look to play, because if New Zealand focus far too much on this guy, then he'll pass, and he passes well. Corey Webster, 18 points personal for New Zealand, trying to close out for a famous win for the Tall Blacks. Little trap up the floor, turnover. New Zealand are just doing horrible things to the Chinese in terms of turnovers. They've turned them over again. Webster has it, chance to make this a double-digit lead. Webster tries to find space, kicks it. The tie almost turns it over. 6 seconds on the possession. 14 Chinese turnovers have absolutely been vital here. Webster gets inside, hang time, hits nothing. They've got to put it up. That'll be a 24 violation. The only good thing about that for New Zealand, they're claiming it hit the ring. I don't think so. I don't think Webster's shot hit the ring. You can't blame the New Zealand team for asking. And they've given the ball back to New Zealand. Love to see it again. And not in the last 2 minutes where I think they could have reviewed it. Now they can't get it in, just about beat the 5-second count. Shelly moves it on. Shelly inside, Pleasure underneath, goes with a left hand for two. Pumps his fist to the bench, and New Zealand have a 10-point lead with 2:50 to go. Double team in there, almost turn it over again, and trying to just about get it over. Yi down the middle in the lane will go to the line for two. Foul on Alex Pledger. And Yi will go to the free throw line. Number 11. Eight-point lead. China now come with his own trap. Chile beats it on the dribble, but he turns it over, and it goes off. Chile and New Zealand turn it over. Both teams earlier in the game do a great job at passing through the press, moving off the basketball, never giving the trap an opportunity to really corral the ball. And now, down the end of the game, decisions under pressure become absolutely vital for both teams. Still plenty of time for China, 2:30 in the fourth. Wu has it. Yi outside will hand off. Lee stops and pops the three, is no good. Great hands, tremendous hands by Chu Pong. Ju in the lane, dumps it down. Yi for the flush for two. And turnovers are becoming the decisive factor here. Turnover the other way. The two is no good. Yi on the glass. And we got nowhere to go. The ball belongs to New Zealand. They only have 6 to get it over the half. Absolute. Someone's got to just have the cool head here. Neither team showing any sign of being under control at all. Makes for great viewing though. 6-point game. Webster has it. Beats it with a pass. New Zealand beat it with a pass. Get it down the floor. Now they've got to be smart in terms of who has the basketball. Webster with a reverse layup for two. Sorry, Shili with a reverse layup for two. The three guards set for New Zealand, looking to close this game out. Ball knocked away. Turnover again for China. Webster just takes a breath. Best decision in the last 2 minutes. Puts it on the floor, gets to the lane, kicks it, poor pass, but wide open for three. Count it! Right in front of the tallback bench. They lead by 11 with 1:17 to go. Webster goes to 18 personal. 4 from 6 from three-point line. Yi for three to answer is no good. New Zealand trying to run this game out now. Ty Webster moves it on. Ty Webster needs a pass. Gets out of the traffic. Puts it on the floor. Ball's knocked away. Officials being letting him play, should we say. Ty Webster's going to suck it up on the floor. Well, something's happened here. Well, now Hanari's come on. I think Webster's going to have to leave the floor. I think what you didn't see, I think, was an attempt to get him up off the floor by one of the Chinese players. I think coach is questioning that. New Zealand have taken the timeout. He's got to close the game out now. Well, free throw wise. Well, New Zealand needed people to step up and help Corey Webster after his first half. Well, Ty Webster's helped him out. 18 apiece for the Websters. Huge performance by Alex Pledger with 11.6 boards. Shea Lee off the bench with his 9, Futu with 8. They've got contributions across the roster. But Ty Webster with 4 from 6 from 3 has been a huge factor in this second half. Shea Lee with that reverse layup. Here's Webster going inside too. They've done a great job, the New Zealand guards, at finishing at the ring. But this three, more than any other play, I think, in the second half, as Jordan Natai off the bench just went for 5 quick ones. Just opened the game up. Get it away with a whistle. And Shea Lee will go to the free throw line right at the bottom of the possession. It's a 3-possession game as we look at it right now. It's just about to become a 4-possession game. Shay Lee makes the first. Picked up 1 from 2, got a whistle. And sometimes you have to ask players, where are you? New Zealand are totally in control of this game. There's a foul called on the Chinese defense, and then you get that. Tarangi's going to be charged with the technical foul, quite rightly. No need to lose control in this moment or at any moment. Referee's just trying to work out what they're going to do right now. So I think we're going to have throws at both ends. I think that's what we're going to have. Maybe not. Maybe we are. It's never a great sign when players don't know and coaches don't know what the deal is. I think the referee's going to go and take a look at the replay. At least we'll all know what's happening after that. So first up, Shay Lee misses the first. Making the second would be useful. It's a 4-possession game right now. This will make it a 5-possession game, which it does. And then we're going to walk the floor for China to shoot the technical.
好，来到后场的击球范围的第8是 Team China number 11。中国队随后拥有一次中线界外球权 ，China Ball。
So a 13-point game. China have the basketball. Last 40 seconds of what's been a real humdinger, real barnstormer of a game. Yi has it, thinks about it, spins, gets a little feel of the double team. L1, still getting it done with 30 seconds to go in the game. Chance to make it a 10-point margin.
好，接下来对14号球员第5次犯规 ，Team New Zealand number 13 back out。
It's a miss from the free throw line. Chile needs a pass, just about gets one. Ty Webster gets it to Corey Webster. New Zealand moved the ball. Chile down the middle, needs a pass, finds one. Delaney moves it on. Corey Webster gets to the foul line, pops the 2, is no good. But New Zealand come down with it, we're gonna go jump ball. Look at it. The last action of what's been a phenomenal performance on the road by the New Zealand Tall Blacks. They have come to Dongjuan needing to get a win, making a statement and win it 82-73. It's the Webster show in the backcourt. The performance of New Zealand in the backcourt has been phenomenal behind that 82-73. The three guards have just carried them offensively, contributions across the roster. And in the end, they just wore down this Chinese lineup. Huge win for the Tall Blacks on the road. Well, here are the statistics. New Zealand shoot the ball 53% from the three-point line. Any discussion about was their three-point percentage anything to do with just beating Hong Kong? Forget it. 53% in a huge game. 15 Chinese turnovers, and they happened in that fourth quarter. They happened in a bunch. And New Zealand just capitalized on those turnovers. Did an absolutely tremendous job at turning turnovers into points. New Zealand come to China and get the 82-73 win. That means they'll go above China at the moment in the group. This group becomes very incredibly tight. And it sets up, comes very incredibly tight. And it sets up New Zealand's visit to Korea in terms of into a huge game. Well, these are the highlights. The highlights that will tell you New Zealand are back in business in terms of qualification for the World Cup in China. Not just in round one, but carrying forward this result into round two could be a huge factor. It was never easy. At times, it was never pretty, but it was always intense. It was always aggressive, and it always had quality. Pleasure off the bench was just phenomenal for New Zealand. The big man got it done at both ends. But the backcourt, the three combination, the three guards set with Webster and Shea Lee, well, it ended up being the decisive difference between the two teams. Lots of contributions up front. But Webster and Webster lead New Zealand to a huge win in game day 3 of the World Cup qualifiers. Tell us what you think. Hashtag this is my house. You've got to have things to say on this one because this is a huge statement game for the Tall Blacks. We'll leave you with the rest of these highlights. New Zealand Tall Blacks back in business in World Cup qualification, not just the first round, but all the way to China, when they'll look to return to China in the World Cup. And that win here gives them a huge step in that direction. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm sure I have. We'll see you soon.